Good evening, sports fans. This is 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny Smith. Tonight, it's the Memphis Grizzlies as they'll be playing against the Oklahoma City Thunder at Chesapeake Energy Arena. A lot of W's recently for this Oklahoma City team. They've won 8 of their last 10, looking really strong. They've got to be pleased. And when you look at the center position, now, Kenny, it's not as stacked as it once was. Marc Gasol, though, still one of the very best in the business.
I would like to see a team in the NBA say, you know what, we're going to go back to old school, and we're going to play inside out. Forget everybody else and what they're doing. Because Marc Gasol is a tremendously skilled 7-footer, Shaq.
He's tough, he's unselfish, good range on the jumper. Maybe not the quickest guy, but usually in the right position at the right time, all the time that's right.
Yeah, and that about does it. With tip-off fast approaching.
Right.
We send it to Kevin Harlan.
"2K Sports" welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Welcome to 2K Sports for another edition of NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Brent Barry and Greg Anthony. We've got David Aldridge reporting from the sideline. Well, for the Oklahoma City Thunder, they won their last contest, that game against Orlando.
And you know what? Up against a weak defense, they were allowed to do pretty much whatever they wanted.
Yeah, what I like, though, besides that, is that they just didn't settle for it, because weak defenses, you could take bad shots. That's not what they did here tonight.
It'll be the Thunder off the tip. And the starting group for the Grizzlies. Anderson at the small forward and Jackson at the 4. Then it's Conley, then it's Marc Gasol, and it's Holiday in at the 2. Now here's Grant. Pass to Ferguson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. It's up a 3. The putback. Gasol with the rebound. And so Gasol will bring it up for the Memphis Grizzlies. They're getting their first look at the Thunder in this one.
And this, the first of 3 games these two teams will play against one another this season.
On defense, Oklahoma City. Interconference battle tonight, Brent. You could feel the change in atmosphere when you go up against a rival.
No doubt about it.
It's amazing.
Not only the teams are feeling it, but there's something to the fan bases who understand, these guys. I don't care if we win another game. We want to win this game tonight.
Yeah. That's important. And it goes down 2 points.
More power of Westbrook shown there. Not many guys can finish through contact like that.
And for the Grizzlies, they come in off a good outing against the Timberwolves.
You know, sometimes you're going to win because of your performance, and on occasions, which was the case for them, it's the play of your opponent that allows you to escape with wins.
Yeah, they were up against a team that struggled all night to get things under control. Mistakes and turnovers and just sloppy play all game long.
Ferguson kicks to George. And again, Oklahoma City with the triple.
A lot of points coming from Paul George from the three-point line over the past couple seasons. The D has to play out on him, and that creates the space.
Now here is Conley. He had 25 points in the win against Minnesota.
And guys, the other thing that he did well was just facilitate the offense, pass the ball around beautifully in that one. Seriously, put on a passing clinic.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach J.B. Bickerstaff. He knows they have to dig in on defense. They're facing a really talented offense. He said if those guys get going, we're going to be on the wrong end of some long runs. We have to be disciplined, work together, and make those second, third, and fourth efforts on plays, whatever it takes to get a stop. We'll see if they can get a win in this first matchup between the teams this year. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. He really has them focused on not letting this game turn into a shootout.
And that's the way you've got to play it against them. I mean, start trading baskets with this group, and you play right into their hands.
Well, the mindset then has to be about a physical basketball game with bodying up the bigs and not getting any free runs to the hoop. So let's see if physicality becomes a part of this one.
And he knows how to make good use of his size in that low block. And Gasol's inside game is very refined. There's a smoothness to how he approaches it.
Now here's Westbrook. His last outing, 16 points for him. Stolen by Michael Conley. And there's the foul. It's on Steven Adams. That's his first foul. And here in the first, about 3 minutes in, here's Jackson, and he banks in the layup.
And defensively, you've got to make a greater effort working over the screens.
Yeah, it's a bit of a lazy play right there. You're hoping that the guy misses the shot without really doing your job in challenging it.
Here's George. The Grizzlies making the shot. To the middle. Here's Westbrook, and Westbrook throws it down.
Yeah, we love when great offensive players get in a scoring rhythm, but Paul George right now in a great passing rhythm tonight.
Conley, the pass to Gasol. Knocked away. Stolen by Westbrook. For the finish. Oh!
Yikes!
Wow.
I mean, it is really like he's jumping off of a trampoline out there. Westbrook can do anything he wants when he gets up like that.
That instant replay brought to you by Under Armour Hover Havoc, giving us a chance to relive the unleashing of chaos that time. Now here is Conley. He's been patient so far, nothing on the scoreboard yet. Conley against Westbrook. Lets it fly from 18.
A really good rebound in traffic. That's what the big fella's there for.
Now we have a moment to look at how the blocks have been stacking up over the past several months for Jackson.
We're just not seeing that same fierceness out of him defensively these last few months. He's lost a little bit of that intimidation factor. He's not blocking as many shots, and he's not making the same impact on that end of the floor.
Pushing their lead to double digits. 8 points for George.
And from the opening tip, they just crushed it. You see it now on the scoreboard.
Just incredible flow offensively. Everyone's doing their part. Let's see if they can sustain this early momentum.
So timeout called here. The first for Memphis.
Well, PG played his first 7 seasons in Indiana with the Pacers and guided them to 2 Eastern Conference Finals appearances. And that playoff PG moniker that he came up with, it holds true if you look at the numbers. And when the Pacers were about to rebuild, I think Paul George let them know that he was willing to move on to continue his career somewhere else.
And now that we have a chance, let's show you the NBA's top thieves. This is the list of this month's steals leaders. In the third spot, Paul George.
Really been fantastic defensively this run for him. He's had more than his share of steals, and now he's looking to get more.
Conley against Westbrook. Conley kicks to Holiday. And it's good off the back rim and in. Holiday's got his first 2 points of the night. A lot of fans in Indiana upset with Paul George for deciding to leave. Do they have a point, Brent, or is that unfair?
I think it's a little unfair, Kevin. 7 great years from Paul George. Obviously had to recover from the leg injury and came back strong. But PG wanting to go somewhere where he could win a title. And that's a decision that every player has to make. PG thought somewhere else he might have that opportunity and maybe more chances to do so.
Holiday with the 3, and Westbrook pulls it down. The Thunder leading by 8. Passes it to Ferguson. He kicks to George. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. Outside Conley. Launches a 3. Drops in the tray. Conley's got his first 3 points of the game.
And he'll keep the D honest with his three-point shooting. And when Conley's got that shot falling, it makes him much more effective as an all-around point guard.
Here's Ferguson. He's coming off a 10-point game against Orlando. And good that time. 8 points for Russell Westbrook.
Their interior has been inferior defensively. It has got to tighten up.
And Holiday kicks to Gasol. It's good, the assist that time from Holiday. And that's now 6 points for Marc Gasol. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Leading by 5. Westbrook feeling it out a bit. Here's Ferguson. No good on the triple. Memphis is gone, just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. Right side Holiday. Outside Conley. Jackson with it. Now defended by Grant. Holiday, a good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Holiday's got his second basket.
Got to give a ton of credit to the screener there. That was a perfect pick to give his teammate the space to knock down the shot.
George against Anderson. Here's Ferguson. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Just 3 to shoot. Adams' shot is good.
Well, using his wide frame right there, Adams able to get the position he wants and drops it through.
Conley kicks to Holiday. This one for 3. The shot will not fall. And Oklahoma City will go with it the other way.
He just can't find the bottom of the net right now. He's looking frustrated. This quarter has been a bit of a nightmare for him.
And he recovers it.
Yeah, and the effort and anticipation on defense won't show up in the individual stat sheet, but effective.
Yeah, he takes a nice angle on it. He doesn't get the block, but he does get the alter.
Now here's Gasol. Following the miss by Russell Westbrook.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Oklahoma City leading by 3. Marc Gasol picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Dennis Schroeder's checked in for Terrence Ferguson. The Grizzlies also changing it up. JaMychal Green, he's checked in for Jackson. And Max subbed in for Justin Holiday. And so here is Oklahoma City. In the corner, George with it. And a miss there on the triple. The Grizzlies trail by 3. Mack with the ball. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. You can see it all over the league. Injuries, Brent, beginning to affect some teams, but it's hard to pay your stars and maintain a deep bench all under the salary cap. It's a very difficult dance to do.
This is why sitting next to you as a broadcaster is a really less stressful thing to do. Rather than be a general manager in the league.
Yeah.
So hard to make.
But you could be a general manager in this league.
Maybe at some point, Kevin, but right now I'm enjoying this seat with you. And I'm wondering how it is that some of these teams can get creative with cap analytics guys and their strategy, how much they want to press forward given some of the restrictions of what you can do with your roster. But we know the more players you have that can step in and be ready, these deeper teams during the regular season usually pile up a few more wins than those that don't have that approach.
Catching up on the changes for Oklahoma City. Nerlens Noel checks in for Adams. Patterson comes in for Jeremy Grant. And Abrinas subbed in for Russell Westbrook. Both free throws good from Green.
And you look back at that 2012 finals, the Thunder lost in 5 games to the Heat. And you looked at that young talent, Durant, Westbrook, Harden, now all MVP award winners, along with Serge Ibaka, a young, talented, energetic Serge Ibaka, and it felt like there was a team that was going to rule the West for a very long time.
And here is Mack after Paul George getting his 3 to go. Carter kicks to Green. Shoots over Patterson. Shots good by Green.
And it's just been an avalanche of points here in the early going.
Yeah, for both teams, we're seeing great synergy on offense, but some lackluster defense.
Now, here is George. He had a 39-point outing in their last game against Orlando.
And guys, in addition to that scoring, he was absolutely tenacious on the defensive end. A complete two-way game for him. Finished with 3 steals, I think, and that was a difference maker.
Nobody near Schroeder. Plenty of room to knock down the shot. And the Thunder lead by 4.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
And Mack kicks to Green. Back to Mack. Shot clock at 6. Shoots from the elbow. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City.
And defensively, moving his feet there, staying right on top of the shooter.
Some defenses are okay with giving up the mid-range shot. In this case, they contested.
Now the pass to Abrinas. Schroeder, left side. It's tipped. Now here's Mack. He's covered closely, and the wide open shot from Green. Good, and the nice assist from Mack. Green's got 7.
You could see some miscommunication on the defensive end of the floor that time. No excuse for letting a player get that good a look on that possession.
Now here's George. 11 points in the game. Now Noel, stolen by Carter. It's Anderson with the drive. Memphis moving that ball around. And here's Carter. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Mack with the ball. Guarded now by Patrick Patterson. Clock at 4. For the 3. It's deflected.
You need more of this from Patterson. Such a big frame inside. I like to see it when he's swatting it away.
Pass to Abrinas. The 3. The rebound by Rab. Memphis trailing here. Carter outside. There's 49 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Good on the shot.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Schroeder dishes to George. Lets the 3 fly. That's good. Basket number 5 on a 5 for 8 night shooting.
And he's been hitting from out there. Defensively, you're going to have to change some things up.
The classic catch-22 guy right here. If you key in on him, you're going to open up other opportunities for his teammates to have good looks.
Oh, and a fast break for Oklahoma City. Schroeder leading the charge.
The potential Schroeder has is pretty exciting. Such a lightning-quick point guard.
First trip to the line for him here.
And this season, he's maintained very good form at the line, shooting at about an 83% clip.
The first one falls.
baby. Nah, man, you get little guy. Yeah, I got it. Hey, you get shooter. I got him. You got this guy right here? Yeah, I got this.
Schroeder hits them both. 16 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Carter against Schroeder. Pass to Rab. It's tipped. Back to Carter. With 1 on the clock, and the last shot before the buzzer is off. And so the first quarter is in the books. Thunder out in front. They're up by 4. And we'll be back in just a moment with the start of the second quarter. Paul George had that nasty broken leg back in 2014. He describes what inspired him to come back even stronger.
My inspiration really came from my mother. You know, her dealing with stroke, her dealing with really being down and out. You know, I saw her fight back. That was enough for me. In my darkest days, I knew it was nothing to what my mom went through, and she came out perfectly fine, so.
Well, what a story. George worked hard to get back and is not disappointed in his return.
You know, recovering from a devastating injury is never easy, but George's perspective and commitment helped him to overcome it.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen so far from the Thunder, guys.
I mean, you saw it. That barrage of threes has them grooving here after 1.
Well, they found a little bit of space out there on the perimeter, and they have a shared confidence right now. That tends to breed some success for this team.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. So on the floor for Memphis, Shelvin Mack is out there with Carter, and it's Green. Then there's Kyle Anderson, and it's Rab in at the 5. Here's Rab after the made shot from Dennis Schroeder. Here's Mack, hits the three-point bomb. Mack's got himself going there, his first points of the game on the deep ball. Billy Donovan has faced a tough job in Oklahoma City, Brent. Star players leaving town, some even criticizing him after they left.
The circumstances of Billy Donovan moving off of what he did at the University of Florida and making that a powerhouse Division I basketball program, it's been very interesting to have Russell Westbrook and Kevin Durant to begin your career, and then pushing that team to almost beating the Golden State Warriors, losing in a Game 7 to losing Kevin Durant. Billy Donovan's seen a lot in the early part of his career. The hopes is that he continues to grow and learn. Really happy with the hire of Billy Donovan and what he brings to the table in terms of his basketball acumen.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, guys. Well, Marc Gasol is the more fiery of the Gasol brothers. Pau Gasol says, I sugarcoat things a little more than Marc. He's more emotional, more direct. And Marc said, when a mistake happens on defense, I know you're not concentrating. I don't allow that. He knows controlling his frustration is important. He says, I'm working on it. Guys?
Part of leadership, DA. Thank you. He's off on the first. Aside from one recent year, we've seen plenty of coaching changes. When teams come up short, do you think that position maybe gets too much blame?
Probably, and coaches know that's exactly what they're in store for once they sign a contract
and
to coach
that
a team.
Kind of money.
Yeah, all of a sudden they know that what happens on the floor, the end result is going to be whether or not I coach this team the next year and the year after and the year after. Interesting cycle of things that happens, though, Kevin, is when changes are made in a front office around the league, sometimes the managers want to put in a coach where they feel either a little bit more comfortable with or a style of basketball that they're more comfortable with. And sometimes the success on the floor for the coach has no bearing on whether or not he's going to keep his job,
right,
because management would like to see a different product out there. So they become a victim sometimes of upper management movement and sometimes are removed from being the head coach.
Good thoughts. Shot good by Diallo.
And really just unselfish basketball on the interior. That's the kind of pass a coach loves to see.
Carter, the pass to Rabb. At the elbow, Green. Outside, Holiday. Puts up a three. But they'll get another chance. Memphis moving it around. Here's Mack. Traps in the tray. Mack's got a pair of triples in the second now for the Grizzlies.
You know, he didn't score the ball much in the first quarter, but he has been really, really solid during the second quarter. I expect a big game from him now.
Here's Abrinas. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Shot good by Diallo. And the Thunder lead by 3.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Here's Carter. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And this is what the schedule looks like coming up for Memphis. On Saturday, they'll be facing Drew Holiday and the New Orleans Pelicans. And then on Tuesday, they'll be matching up against DeMar DeRozan and the San Antonio Spurs.
And that one against the Bulls, there aren't many other meetings that are as evenly matched as this one. Both teams can give and take punches, and this one, I think, is going to come down to the wire.
First one falls for the Thunder. Steven Adams, he's checked in for Nerlens Noel. Jeremy Grant comes in for Patrick Patterson. And Russell Westbrook is subbed in for Alex Abrinas. Memphis also making some changes. Marcus All's checked in for Yvonne Rabb. Jackson comes in for Jermichael Green. And it's Mike Conley in for Shelvin Mack. Carter hits them both. And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Outside Westbrook. Pass to Diallo. Cross contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
They are just killing them on the interior.
He shot 2 free throws in the game, made one and missed one.
One shot.
That free throw good from Diallo.
Well, it's interesting to watch him because he's putting his body on the line to get to the line. We didn't see this during the first quarter, but he's making up for it here.
Now here's Conley. Looking at the numbers, he's averaging about 20.5 points a game. Gasol against Adams. From 13, yep it goes, and the Oklahoma City lead is cut down to 2 on the bucket from Gasol.
And through the years, he's become very confident in that shot. Gasol's almost better from mid-range than he is in tight. That's a great weapon for a 7-footer to have.
Here's Grant. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Some solid defense there from Jackson.
Credit the defense, wisely avoiding fouling the shooter. Don't want to give up a personal there. And he made him attempt a difficult layup.
Now here is Holiday. A 17-point game for him in the win against Minnesota.
And extending the D there, putting a lot of pressure on the shooter.
Yeah, I think coaches right here are always talking about the extra pass. And a contested 3 is not your objective. One more, maybe.
Grant against Jackson. Just 5 to shoot. Westbrook against Carter. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. Ferguson's checked in for the Thunder. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for the Memphis Grizzlies, trailing by 2.
So interesting with Russell Westbrook. Never really touted or championed growing up, but if you go to UCLA, you have to be halfway decent, don't you, Kevin? 5'8" stick figure back in high school and came off the bench his freshman year at UCLA, and I just don't think anybody saw what was coming out of Russell Westbrook, but we're appreciating it now.
And here is Grant. Marc Gasol getting his 3 to go. To the inside. Adams' shot is good. Adams has got his third basket of the night.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
And you heard the story. Westbrook showed up for a basketball camp in Atlanta. His name wasn't on the list. He had to sit in the lobby for 4 hours before they let him in.
That story is hard to believe. Obviously not a blue-chip recruit, and I don't think that Russell Westbrook ever thought about seeing himself in the NBA at any point. Was just hoping to get a scholarship, and that second season at UCLA opened up some eyes about just how athletic and explosive he could be. And here we are today.
Here's Conley, and another basket for Memphis.
Oh, great awareness. No reason to take it inside there against the taller man.
Yeah, most analytics will tell you that the mid-range jumper is not an efficient shot, but you see how effective with guys like that it can be.
Here's Felton. Michael Conley making his last shot. Grant in the post, guarded by Jackson. Grant finds Westbrook, just 2 to shoot, and the 3 off target. For Memphis, they've gone 6 of 10 from the floor here in the second quarter. Carter, the pass to Conley. Over Felton. Conley's shot is off.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Felton, the pass to Ferguson. Kicks it to Grant. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. For 3, Westbrook. He's now made half of those 10 shots in the game. That's his 5th basket.
Well, body and control isn't just for your shampoo at home. It's right there in Russell Westbrook. He gets fouled and still converts.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
And guys, you might remember that he was not at his best from the foul line in their last outing.
And the Thunder making a switch here. George is checked in. Free throw no good for Westbrook. Brent, I'm sure there were times, and you've won 2 championships where you thought you were going to win a title, and it didn't happen.
I'll go back to the first night that I thought potentially we were going to win a title with San Antonio, and that was in the 2005 finals against Detroit. We had come back home for a Game 6 that I thought we were going to win, and we did not. And sort of the pressure that mounted after that game to know that we were going to a Game 7 and had lost an opportunity where we really did feel coming off a Game 5 we were going to win. It certainly elevated the intensity of the Game 7, which we eventually won at home for our title in 2005.
Sure. That ball is good for another field goal. His 6th. He is 6 for 9 on the stat sheet.
That's a nice play by Paul George, showing a nice touch from the mid-range.
Now a timeout called by Memphis.
And Paul George, a terrific two-way player, an all-star, an all-NBA performer, and multiple all-defense selections. A moment now to see the numbers for Westbrook. His last 10 games have been exceptional. He's getting around 20 points per, 13 assists, and 12 rebounds. And just look at those scoring totals. He's been doing what he does best, putting points on the board.
His instincts naturally are to score the basketball. That ability to find the creases in the defense is something you just don't teach, and it's awesome.
Now here's Conley. He has 7. Floats one up, and the layup is good. Conley's got 9. And Paul George has made it a goal to win Defensive Player of the Year.
I mean, he's got tremendous length and quickness, but really his pride at that end of the floor might matter even more. I mean, he just takes great pride in being a complete player.
I love the pace he's playing with, letting his offense come to him naturally and then building upon this lead for his team.
To the middle, got a piece of it. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Westbrook. Some good defense in the NBA, so let's check out the leaders. Number 1, the Grizzlies.
And this team has been completely dominant. Fewest points per game allowed in the league. These guys are talented. They trust each other. They work together. And you just won't find better coaching on the defensive end of the floor.
That's it, and the Oklahoma City lead is cut down now to just 2 on the basket from Marc Gasol. Oklahoma City's gone 5 of 10 from downtown tonight. 50% exactly. Here's Westbrook. That shot misses. Now Memphis takes it the other way.
Yeah, his shot just doesn't seem to be synced up right now. Here's hoping he finds it soon because his team is really going to need that production tonight.
Jackson misses. Oklahoma City has gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Westbrook kicks to Ferguson. Westbrook against Conley. Right side Westbrook. Over Conley. And it's out of bounds. Oklahoma City able to retain possession here.
And here's a look at stats for Adams. He's been fantastic over the last 10 games or so. 8th in steals, 12th in shooting percentage. And don't forget, top 20 in the league in rebounds per game. He's got a great nose for the ball.
And talk about being top 10 in steals. I love his jumping the passing lanes and then stealing away your dribble. Now here's Anderson. Paul George unable to get his shot to go. Poked away. Here's Schroeder. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
And Schroeder finds some deceptive ways to make you foul him. Someone who can nail some shots despite getting hit on the way up.
And Greg, certainly the knock on Dennis Schroeder is play on the defensive end.
Nobody questions how effective he is on offense. I just think he has a tendency to take a few too many plays off and too many chances on defense. If he wants to be viewed as a top point guard in this league, he'll need to show some consistency on the defensive end.
That's good from Schroeder.
As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more physical.
Conley finds Gasol, and there's the foul. It's on Steven Adams. That's foul number 2 for him.
And that's foul number 2. And maybe you don't sit him at this point, but you really have to be careful to not pick up another before half.
.146 left in the first half. George against Anderson. Gasol passes to Anderson. Shot clock at 6. Lets a floater go, and it's blocked. Right side Westbrook. Looking to get it going to the right side. Patterson against Green. And Patterson kicks to Westbrook. Over Mack. And Westbrook gets it to go. Westbrook's got 5 points now this quarter.
Well, we talk about Westbrook and the athleticism he has, but sometimes tactically he approaches those pick and rolls quite well.
Now here's Mack. He's got 6. Stolen by George. And Westbrook, here we go. The shot's good on the assist by George. George has got 3 assists tonight.
And if you have that kind of quickness and can handle the ball that well, you're going to get off a makeable shot. Westbrook did it there.
Schroeder against Conley. He kicks it to Gasol. Shoots over Adams. And he can't bank that one in. Oklahoma City leading by 9. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Here's Westbrook. No good with the layup.
It looked like he wanted no part of that. Superb defense there, really making it tough on him.
Conley surveying the D. Right wing to end the run. The Grizzlies shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And on the season, you know, they're hitting about 76%, which is a decent rate.
2 shots.
That's good from Green. Both free throws good from Green. And so it's Oklahoma City bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. And they've done a phenomenal job down low, so many of their points coming right at the rim. Back to the action after this word.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, Hoop fans. NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. EJ, Shaq, Jet. Paul George taking care of business in this one. He had 18 points, 2 steals, and 2 rebounds. He's definitely heated up over the last few games, and we're seeing some of that same recipe here tonight. Shaq, your thoughts on the Thunder?
I don't say this a lot, Ernie, but I was impressed with Paul George at both ends. His length, athleticism allows him to guard a number of positions. He can score equally well in the half court, but out in the open court, woo-wee.
How about you, Kenny? What'd you think about Memphis?
They ran into a buzzsaw, and it was on full blast. And once they fell behind, the crowd got into it, and it seemed that they lost a lot of confidence. They started pressing, forcing things, and it made it worse. So in the second half, relax, man. Just remember, there's 2 more quarters. It's a fresh start.
And that should do it. With the second half about to begin, let's send you back to Kevin Harlan. Go back to Kevin Harlan. Go. Just go over there.
Welcome back to Oklahoma City, everyone. You can see Chesapeake Energy Arena there in the background as the cars stream down I-40. And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. You look at Paul George in this game, guys, he's been everywhere.
And how disruptive was he in that first half? I mean, creating havoc, causing turnovers, and really energizing his team.
So many times we talk about offensive players being in a great rhythm. Well, right now, defensively, he's in one. Great anticipation and reading those passing lanes.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. Here's Conley. The forwards, George and Grant. Westbrook and Ferguson, their backcourt, and it's Adams in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City. Gasol, no good.
And he completely threw the timing off on that jumper. That is how you D up.
Playing with tremendous aggressiveness without fouling. That's an excellent job.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. Now here's Conley. Jackson has the open look, and that one falls coming off Conley's feet. Jackson's got 5.
He's known as more steady than flashy, but that was a sensational pass by Conley. He can get fancy when he needs to.
And it's blocked by Conley, and he recovers it. The Grizzlies trail by 6. Outside Gasol. Right side Holiday. And again, it's Memphis with the 3.
And that's back-to-back threes. The D just seems to be slacking off a little bit.
Outside, George. And the pass to Ferguson. Lob pass to George. And George with the stuff.
Great timing there. Paul George rising up, collecting the ball, and throwing it down.
And that unleashed chaos replay presented by Under Armour. Hover Havoc, giving us a chance to relive that exciting play. Now here is Conley. 9 points in the game so far. Here's Gasol. Adams, some nice D.
The defensive reaction time, it was just immediate on that one.
And sometimes the most important part of that is the angle that the defender chooses. That time, he chose wisely. You know, we talk so much about accurate shooting. Sometimes accurate passing can lead to great shooting. You saw it there.
And there's the foul. It's on Steven Adams. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Here's Jackson.
Grant could be such a devastating defender down there with those long arms and athleticism to contest shots.
Westbrook kicks to Grant. Back to Westbrook. 5 on the clock. Over Gasol. Rejected by Gasol. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. The Grizzlies trail by 7. Now here is Holiday. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. Let's go. The Grizzlies with another miss. Oklahoma City leading by 7. In the corner, George with it. Stolen by Anderson. And it's Memphis on the break. Conley's running. Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. George against Anderson. Conley with the 3. It's good. With that basket, he's now 5 for 9.
The defense a step slow, and you can see the result.
Westbrook kicks to George. Here's Ferguson, guarded by Holiday. George against Anderson. Shot clock at 6. And Kyle Anderson gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. And the Thunder making a switch here. Diallo's checked in. Grant outside. 6 to shoot. In the corner, George with it. Sinks the three-pointer. George has got 23 points.
Well, you can depend on Paul George to shoulder some of this offensive load. There are times where this team can turn over the reins to him, and he capitalizes that time.
Gasol, no good.
You can see how clued in the defense is to take away those mid-range shots and challenge. Solid at getting a hand up in the face of the scorers.
And it's George missing. The Grizzlies trail by 7.
And you watch Kyle Anderson out there. They call him slow-mo for how he moves on the court. Just one of those jack-of-all-trades type of players on offense, and wasn't known for his defense, but has put in a lot of work to improve in that area.
Jackson. It's hauled in by Adams. Adams has got 9 rebounds now tonight.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole, because he is just not there offensively.
Here's Westbrook. Gasol with the rebound. Gasol's got 6 rebounds in the game. And with Anderson, the defense has been a focus for him the last few seasons.
And even though Anderson doesn't get up and down the floor fast, he still has quick hands and feet. Is being asked to guard some of the top forwards in the league for this team and wants players to try and shoot over him so he can use his length. Considers it a win if his assignment takes a jumper and doesn't get around him.
Now here's Conley. 12 points for him. From the arc. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Adams has got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. And George kicks to Diallo. Oklahoma City moving it around. Westbrook against Holiday. And Westbrook throws it down.
A more fearless play from Russell Westbrook. The ability to finish through contact. That's why it's so tough to stop him on the dribble drive.
Now a timeout called by Memphis.
And Westbrook really did take his time, but in the end signed that $205 million contract for 5 years to stay in OKC, to make it his home. That's the largest contract in NBA history at the time it was signed. And I'd have to say, money well spent for the Oklahoma City Thunder.
A different look for Oklahoma City. Noel's checked in for Grant. That's Felton in for Russell Westbrook. So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. Yvonne Rabs checked in for Jackson. Green comes in for Anderson. Max checked in for Justin Holiday. And it's Carter in for Mike Conley. Now here is Carter. He's got 6. Mack looking around. To end the cold streak. That's short off the rim.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Outside for Felton. The shot's good on the assist by George. Felton has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. The Grizzlies trail by 14. Carter outside. Pass to Mack. Jacks up a 3. But they'll get another chance. And it's Paul George with the foul. That's his first foul. Patterson, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Alex Abrinas comes in for Diallo. Here's Rab. The rebound by Patterson.
Yeah, momentum right now is against them. They're just going to have to figure out a way to ride this one out.
Got to be some consideration here for a different rotation because the matchups right now just not favorable.
We love the sneakers these players wear. Now so many different styles. A lot of different signature shoes out there.
I'm not really a sneakerhead myself, Kevin. I didn't really fall down that rabbit hole, but I know some guys in the league, and we've seen photos of their closets at home filled with
hundreds.
Not hundreds. I've seen guys pushing thousands of pairs of shoes. Now that is dedication.
Worth a lot of money.
No doubt about it. And some of the guys, Kevin, don those specialty sneakers in big-time games. And the one guy that comes to mind for me is P.J. Tucker. Lots of play from P.J. Tucker about some of the things that he strapped on last year during the finals.
Patrick Patterson, a veteran forward out of Kentucky, had some of his best years, Brent, playing with the Toronto Raptors.
He's a real difference maker for them, coming off the bench and being able to stretch out offensive possessions, shot the ball incredibly well, high efficiency from there. And that's why the advanced stats, I think that the general manager of Oklahoma City thought that Patterson, as an addition here, could help out their offense and give them some punch off the bench.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Out left to the wing. Mack dishes to Gasol. Pass to Mack to stop the run. And there's Marc Gasol on the assist from Shelvin Mack. Gasol's got 20.
I do so enjoy watching a bounce pass executed that perfectly.
And there's the foul. It'll go on Shelvin Mack. That's his first foul. Adams, he's checked in for Patrick Patterson. On the inbound, the Grizzlies pull it in.
And forcing the miss there, he just knows how to pressure you defensively.
You hear a lot about rim protection. This is a good example of how valuable it can be.
Green in the post, defended by George.
Well, Paul George showing off his defensive prowess right there. Full energy, full focus, and a nice contest.
And it's Schroeder in the corner. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. George has got his 6th assist on the night. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
The fader. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
I'm just wondering why the defense is laying off. Luckily, they didn't pay for their mistake.
Green with the block. Carter right side. Down low. Gasol finds Mack. lets it go from 14. He squares up and sinks it. Mack's got 8. Here's George. 23 points in the game. Oklahoma City moving it around. Here's Abrinas. He's covered by Mack. Passes it to George. Here's Noel. Doesn't go that time. Some solid defense from Gasol. Carter outside. Here's Mack. He's got 8. Here's Green. And it's Noel with the rebound. Noel's got his 5th rebound in this one.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Now here's Schroeder. He's got 12. And Gasol sends it back. Carter outside. Kicks it to Mack. There's 1:40 left to play in the third. Just 5 on the clock. The Thunder pull it in. Noel's got 6 rebounds in the game. Here's George. And that one goes long. And here's Green. He'll bring it up for the Grizzlies. 17-point game. Following this one, they get to host the Pelicans. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home. And Green slams it in.
And really nothing like a good old-fashioned throwdown to get a team going.
And Greg, they do need to get going. They wouldn't mind, shaving a couple more points off that lead right away.
Yeah, they should bring out a big razor right now, Kevin. A great start, an aggressive move to show they're not going to lay down.
Now Carter. Paul George missing from long range. Mack with the ball. He's got 8. Gasol kicks to Green. The pass to Mack. The 3. That one no good. And it's Oklahoma City the other way. Here's Abrinas. He's covered by Mack. Adams right side. To end the cold streak. Green with the rebound. Green's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Feeds it to Carter. He kicks it to Gasol. And Dennis Schroeder gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Conley for 3. Marc Gasol picks up the foul. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
Oh, nice screen. Really a poor defensive reaction and the obvious result.
Yeah, when you fail to get over the top, more than likely that jumper is going to go down.
And as we end the 3rd quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Thunder lead by 12. 2K Sports back in a moment here in Oklahoma City. Let's take a listen to a recent huddle from Coach Billy Donovan.
We've done a great job moving the ball. Let's keep the ball.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the 4th quarter, but stranger things have happened. On the court for Memphis to start the 4th, we've got Conley. Jermichael Green is out there with Kyle Anderson. Then it's Shelvin Mack. And it's Rhea in at the 5, down low. Schroeder kicks to Abrinas. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring, and this one couldn't have been any easier.
Well, on the defensive end, this is a joke. The lack of awareness is exactly why this team is so far behind.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
Now Mack. To the paint, and he dunks it down.
Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam. Here's Abrinas. Adams outside. The dish to Schroeder. And it's Abrinas in the corner. Shot clock at 5. Great touch on the 16-footer. And the Thunder lead by 15. And for Memphis, they're shooting 47%, pretty solid. Conley kicks to Ram. And here's Anderson. Outside Conley. 5 on the clock. From outside the arc. The rebound by Grant. Oklahoma City leading by 15 from past the arc. It's good from long range.
A heady play there from Schroeder, zipping the pass to the teammate who had the cleanest look on the possession.
Abrinas has gone 50% from the arc, 1 of 2. Conley with a wide open look. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Here's Ferguson, defended by Anderson. Ferguson, the pass to Abrinas. Grant outside. Over Anderson. Adams trying to free himself up. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Russell Westbrook in for Oklahoma City. Memphis also making some changes. Jackson comes in for Rab, and Justin Holiday subbed in for Shelvin Mack. Now here's Anderson. He's guarded close. The Grizzlies with another miss. And it's Schroeder with the ball. He brings it up for Oklahoma City. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points.
Like how high Westbrook is elevating there, goes up strong inside, and he feels like converting that shot's not a problem.
It's stolen by Adams. Ferguson kicks to Westbrook. Shoots a 3. The Grizzlies pull it in.
He's been a little bit disappointing in this game. However, his team has his back. They need a little bit more help from him.
Green inside. Adams on him. And the whistle blows as the basket counts, and a three-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up. And the Thunder making a change here. Diallo's checked in.
Shooting 1.
We're in the final quarter of play here. 3 minutes in. Westbrook kicks to Ferguson. Here's Diallo. Pass to Ferguson. Takes the 3. Green with the rebound. Green's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Back to Conley. Takes a 3. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. Holiday's got 4 assists in the game. The Thunder leading by 14. Westbrook kicks to Grant. And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. 6 on the shot clock. From deep, it's good from long range. And the Thunder lead by 17.
Oh, a little punch, counter punch action. Neither side flinching here.
Yeah, both sides trying to keep up with one another, but doing it from distance.
Now here is Holiday. On the wing, Jackson. Anderson outside. Memphis moving that ball around. Conley up top. He's covered by Grant. And that one hits back iron.
And getting a hand in the shooter's face, locking down that in-between area.
Just taking on the challenge on every possession. I love defenders who give nothing away.
And you're going to take as many of those high percentage shots as you can get.
One shot.
That free throw good from Diallo. The league and players union, Brent, both have expressed supporting guys who express their views and social concerns. You like that?
Well, I think it's amazing the way the league has backed some of the avenues with which players have used their voices.
Embraced.
Well, extending well beyond just saying things, Kevin, because we know actions speak louder than words, and there are so many guys around our league that do important philanthropic work. But the fact that the league supports all of those things, the fact that you see Adam Silver show up at some of these events, or that there's press releases from the league office about some of the things guys are doing, there's amazing cohesion when it comes to the league and its players, because they understand that everything that they're doing has such a significant impact in the communities in which they live in and around the game with which we all love.
Well said. Here's Jackson. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. Holiday's got his 5th assist in this one. The Thunder leading by 16. Grant outside. Ferguson, the pass to Westbrook. Over Holiday. And it's Westbrook missing.
Yeah, tonight his shot's been a bit off, but still, they lead the game.
Conley against Westbrook. To the inside. Holiday dishes to Jackson. 4 on the shot clock. A nice shot by Anderson.
Anderson that time shooting without any hesitation. Slow-mo getting one off.
And it's Westbrook with the ball. He brings it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. They led the game at 1 point by 20. Here's Diallo. Pass to Ferguson. A stupendous finish in traffic. And the Thunder lead by 15.
You always hear about chemistry. That's a perfect example, knowing where each other is at all times.
And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Westbrook. George is checked in for Diallo. And Memphis also making a switch. Marc Gasol is checked in for Green. Conley finds Jackson. Back to Conley. Clock at 6. Passes it to Holiday. And that one falls, coming off Conley's feet.
Wow, something's brewing, guys. The three-pointers just continue to flow.
Westbrook passes to George. There's the pass to Ferguson. Puts it up from 12. The Grizzlies pull it in. Gasol's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. Here's Conley. Thunder with the rebound. George has got his 4th rebound in this one. And Adams kicks to George. Here's Ferguson, guarded by Holiday. Back to George. Over Anderson. Jump shot is good. George has got 25 points in the game.
Well, that's Paul George's game. Most accurate when somebody's feeding him and he's got his feet set.
And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. And so here's Memphis. Jackson dishes to Anderson. Back to Jackson. Inside, Conley takes the assist and lays it in.
Timeout.
Picked out the pass nicely. Conley's got 5 points in the quarter. Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over. And at this point of the game, getting a break here, important for the teams to regroup. And for the players, this is where you have a chance to get rehydrated with Gatorade. Get ready to play strong to finish off the game. And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Paul George.
Yeah, and his performance has been a jaw-dropper. He must have been feeling great coming into the building tonight, because once he hit the court, it was all working for him. He was in a zone.
What a connection he has to these fans. They love him here. And the more he has games like this, the deeper that connection gets. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, over that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to listen to what Billy Donovan said to his team. He gave them props for their defense. He said, the defense has been outstanding. Keep pressuring them, forcing turnovers, and we can win this one. Guys?
Now, here's George. 6 on the shot clock. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. George has got 4 points in the quarter.
He does a lot of work on the perimeter, but don't let Paul George fool you. He can finish inside.
Pass to Jackson. Back to Conley. Memphis needs to get off a shot here. Took the opportunity when he saw it.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Westbrook kicks to Adams. Pass to George. Here's Ferguson. He's covered by Anderson. Rejected by Gasol. Outside Holiday. Passes it to Gasol. Conley against Westbrook. Conley's shot is off.
That's a great effort on defense. He definitely rushed his shot a little bit down low.
Knocks it loose. Down low, Adams. And Justin Holiday picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Ferguson kicks to Westbrook. Here's Ferguson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Back to Westbrook over Conley. And Westbrook gets it to go. Westbrook's got 21 in the game.
Well, that's a shot that Westbrook has learned to use well. When he's hitting that one, it's going to open up some lanes later in the game.
Conley finds Anderson. Now Jackson. Memphis moving that ball around. Right side, Conley. A 3 from Anderson. That one doesn't go. And Oklahoma City will go with it the other way. They led the game at 1 point by 20. The pass to Ferguson. He dishes it to George. Westbrook. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
He just has physical tools to make you go in there and foul him. Westbrook back to the line.
Two shots.
The first free throw is good.
Westbrook, former MVP, a remarkable combo guard, and we know he does a little bit or a lot of it of everything.
And both free throws good for Westbrook. There's 1:38 left here in the fourth quarter. Conley against Westbrook. Outside for Jackson. That's in there. Conley with the assist. Conley's got 5 assists in the game.
And they're just living beyond the arc here, really the entire fourth quarter.
Yeah, not a bad time to be ripping the nets from distance, piling up some major points here.
And Westbrook, here we go.
And you got to love just how smart of a point guard Mike Conley is. You never get the sense he is forcing anything with the ball and keeps it moving around to his teammates. Very aware of his spacing and the spacing of others while running that offense.
Shooting 2.
No good on the free throw. He hits the second from the line. 1:15 left in the fourth quarter. To the inside. And the dunk by Jackson.
I like that recognition. Effortlessly getting his teammate the ball in a spot where he knows he can do something with it.
Oklahoma City leading by 11. And Conley, who is so good with space and timing on offense, seems to always find a way to score inside.
I mean, he has that great floater to lean on for scoring. And the only thing you want from Conley is help. Has had a few too many injuries to ignore the last few seasons. This team is so visibly better when he is healthy and on the floor.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That's good from Westbrook. That one misses. And so Conley will bring the ball up for the Grizzlies. Down by 12.
And these are the types of games where one team clearly has the edge. Tonight, it will be a win by a large margin for Oklahoma City.
They enjoyed a big boost from the strong play of their bench.
The subs came in and did their job. Those points off the bench were key to their victory.
And so now, on the year, they'll have 35 wins to their credit.
And once it becomes official, this win gives them a nice confidence boost against this team. They'll face them twice more this season.
And guys, one of the steady and outstanding players putting in another impressive performance, it was a big-time outing for Paul George.
They looked aggressive on the offensive end, and that compounded into lots of great opportunities that he capitalized on.
So it's Oklahoma City picking up the win. It was a fantastic ball game, and they did a great job making sure it didn't get away from them late.
Yeah, I mean, they faced some challenges, but really held firm when they needed to. On both ends, just effective in terms of coming away with this win.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Paul. Congrats on the win. Where's your team's attitude right now?
Continue to, play together, and we can just stick to that. Keep working, staying confident, keep defending, and knocking shots down. We'll be all right.
Looked like it all came together tonight, Paul. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Brett Berry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our 2K Sports crew. We'll see you next time. You